Hey guys, Patrick Wind here, and welcome to this training model in which I'm going to show you the 9 tips from the Facebook headquarters to create killer video ads. This is a very important model because Facebook puts a lot of emphasis on video ads and they like everything that's dynamic, and their algorithm actually benefits videos over single images. So therefore it's very important to understand how we can really create killer video ads that actually convert. Before I present you the content, let me show you the sources really quickly. So besides our own know-how and our own experience, we have also analyzed the Facebook Business Help Center. We've analyzed the tips for better mobile video, bring video ads to life, best practice for video creative on Facebook, and advertising with videos. So all of this information we took directly from the Facebook headquarters, and this continued and perfectionized with everything that we know from our own experience. So let's get started. The first thing you have to have in mind is that you should really make short videos, because mobile video works best when it's 15 seconds or less. So what does that mean? It means that not only in Instagram stories, but also on Facebook mobile news feed and on Instagram feed, short videos work better. Nowadays, the attention span of our potential customer always gets smaller and smaller. So if you produce a video that's up to 40 seconds, back in the days, that was the recommendation of Facebook, but now it's not anymore. Now in 2018, they already recommend that all videos should be less or maximum 15 seconds. And then the second point, which is something that I tell a lot to my clients, is that their videos have to have the so-called stop effect. That means that you capture the attention of your potential customer quickly by starting with the most compelling parts, so with the wow effect in the beginning of your video, so that the user really stops when scrolling down in the Facebook or Instagram newsfeed. So that is very important, because you can have the coolest video in the world, but if a potential customer just scrolls over it because it doesn't grab his or her attention the first 1 or 2 seconds, you will not be able to tell your story. So it's really important to get the awareness, to have this stop effect. So boom, wow, flashy, cool thing, sex, whatever you want in the very first 1 or 2 or 3 seconds, because this really makes people stop. So once we know that we have to create short videos that have a stop effect, it comes down to the right format. And what is even a recommendation from Facebook is that we stop only producing horizontal videos, so like 1200 by 628 pixels, like the single image or single video standard design. No, we should really start producing vertical and square videos. Especially square videos, the ones with one-on-one, are super recommendable, because you can use them basically in all the potential placements that you want. They look nice almost everywhere, especially in the most important ones. So that's a good recommendation. If you already create a video, then create it in square, so one-on-one. And if you want to go one step further, you could even produce an Instagram story sort of vertical video, which you use then in mobile news feed and also in Instagram feeds. There's also an option. But the exact details on the specifications you find in another module. And this one is just to remind you that it's not just about horizontal videos anymore. No, we should really also produce vertical and square videos, which, another fourth point, features your product or brand message very early. One thing is the stop effect, where you want to have people not scrolling over it, and the other thing is, after the stop effect, you come with the product or brand message very early, because the attention span of people is very, very short. And when using videos that wasn't created for mobile, edit your videos so that that your product or brand message feature early in the first 15 seconds. So once again, it all comes down to first have the stop effect, and then clearly communicate your product or brand value. Besides all of that, let me also go through the remaining parts here of our checklist. One that is super important in my point of view is to use captions, so that people can understand your video if they choose to have the sound off. So the recommendation of Facebook is that you really delight your potential customer with sound. So it's very good. It's always produce a video with sound, okay? So never just have it without sound and just captures or just subtitles, okay? So you really have to have music or vocal or audio or some kind of sound in your video, but still you want to make it understandable also if people have the sound off, which especially in Facebook mobile newsfeed and desktop newsfeed is the default. So people, if they don't actually activate their sound button, the video will be displayed without sound. So you really have to explain it somehow with captions or with subtitles what the message of this video is about. And that's pretty straightforward, but always good to have in mind that focus on storytelling. The length, so less than 15 seconds, is less important than actually telling a cohesive and concise story. So your video ad shouldn't be longer or shorter than it takes to really tell your story well. So what does it mean? It means that you should try to have it within 15 seconds, cohesive and concise story, okay? And tailor your story to your audience. This comes once again down to being relevant as possible, because people are more likely to pay attention to content that's relevant for their interest, which means you'll likely get better results because of better click-through rates and better relevance scores if you customize your ad's message for the people who see it. So consider creating unique videos or different versions of the same video for different audience segments. And then the last point, please invest in production and try to create the best possible version of the content. So whether you use a camera phone or a production team, secure the best available creative resources and set a realistic production schedule and budget. People are more likely, and that's demonstrated by a lot of studies, to watch and remember videos that are well crafted. So well crafted does not mean that you have to invest hundreds of thousands of euros in creating a video ad. No, but just make sure that you have the highest standard that you can possibly have. So if you can actually make your videos with your iPhone 10 or with your iPhone 7 or with your iPhone 7 Plus or any Android device, you can of course do that, but just make sure that you edit it very clearly and that you just play your A game. So you just bring on the best material that you can possibly can. So guys, that was it for this little checklist on the 9 tips from the Facebook headquarters to create killer video ads, and I'm looking forward to seeing your results and to get you great returns from these killer video ads. Thank you very much for listening. Goodbye.